Hey guys, so tonight I feel like having a little bit of spaghetti alla vongole. So I have some very finely sliced garlic, red chili flakes, and of course clams, scrubbed and cleaned. Should use white wine, and about the only white wine I have is this champagne, Barneau. But that's all I have, so that's all I'm using. So first things first, let's go ahead and get a little bit of olive oil into the pan here. And we'll let that heat and soften up the garlic and the red pepper flakes. So just about 1 teaspoon, 1.5. That should about do it. Get my garlic in there. You don't want to do this too high. You just want to get it softened. And meanwhile, my pasta water is coming to a boil. So first thing to do is salt it. Just using coarse kosher salt. Got that going. Put in my one serving of spaghetti because I'm making this for one today. And set the timer for 8 minutes. And we'll wait for that to cook. Alright, so now it's soft and it smells wonderful. I wish you could smell this with me. I'm going to pour in the wine. Bring the heat up high to get it boiling. Add just a little bit of parsley. It's better to use fresh, but I don't have fresh, so I got to go with the dry stuff. And it seems like it's starting to boil. I'm going to go ahead and put in my clams. Get that sucker covered and let it steam for about 4 to 5 minutes until they open up. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes and clams should be done. Look at that. All open up nicely. So I'm just going to take them out and put them in a bowl. These are Manila clams and they're pretty good. So there's my timer. I'm going to take my pasta off, but I'm going to reserve that pasta water. I'm just going to add some cold water and make it stop cooking. So let me do that. Alright, I have my sauce back up to a boil. And I'm going to do something that's very unorthodox, but I learned this trick. It works really well. So what you do is you add a pat of butter. I know, not normal, but what it does is that it blends with the olive oil and kind of gives it this emulsifying sauce, and it helps everything kind of comes together. So now, dump my hot pasta into this. Mix it all around. Get the heat back down. I don't need the heat anymore. Look at that. And the trick, and I cook my pasta normally al dente, but for this dish, I undercooked it very slightly, probably by about a minute. And the trick is to kind of just let this thing sit in that sauce after you mix it around to kind of absorb everything. And one of the things I want to do is just kind of taste it. Okay, that's good. And the reason you taste it is that clams have different levels of salinity. So this needs just a tad more salt. So I'm just going to sprinkle a bit on. Get that mixed in. But otherwise it's just perfect. Okay. All right, I think it sat in there long enough. Let me go ahead and plate this. All right, so here it is plated. I added more parsley and red pepper flakes. Take a look at that. I didn't have to add any of the reserve pasta water at all. And that's probably why I needed a little bit more salt. Sometimes the sauce is too dry after you start mixing it in, and that's where that reserved water comes in, but that's the salted cooking water, so that adds a bit of salinity. And if you don't add that, you probably have to add just a touch of salt. But let's give this a go. See how it tastes. Spectacular. All right, guys, that's dinner.